Live in Western Oregon, you're watching KMTR Newssource 16, and this is Newssource Today.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Newssource Today. I'm Joel Porter at 6:02 on your Wednesday. So far, we've seen a share of rain this week, so let's find out if there's more in store for today. Here's Carly Gomez. Carly, good morning.
Good morning, Joel. Definitely more rain today, a lot heavier than yesterday evening because we saw a little bit of that rain into the afternoon hours today. We are expecting heavier rain after 10 a.m. inland and on the coast a little bit earlier this morning as you probably are going to head out the door. But a lot of cloud coverage, so we are staying insulated and seeing gusts of wind out there up to 55 miles per hour on the coast. But right now, 57 degrees in Eugene, warm, 55 Albany and Corvallis, about 59 in Roseburg, Coos Bay, North Bend, 66, and Newport, about 59. Today, again, heavy rain and high gusts inland up to 35 miles per hour. Expecting a high of 60 in Eugene, 62 on the coast, and Roseburg, about 54 degrees. The lows here tonight, warm as well as we're starting to see mid to upper 40s inland and mid to upper 50s on the coast for the lows. I'll let you know how long this storm is expected to last coming up in my full forecast.
Thank you very much, Carly. Top of the news at 6. There is more fallout this morning from the release of a Senate report detailing extreme techniques used on terror suspects after 9/11. Many are appalled, but former CIA officials insist it's not torture. We get the latest from Tracy Potts on Capitol Hill this morning.
Keeping terror suspects naked in dark dungeons for days, slamming them against walls, sleep deprivation, and simulated drowning did not help the U.S. track down Osama bin Laden, the Senate report finds.
Its use was shameful and unnecessary.
President Obama called it brutal torture.
The CIA set up something very fast, without a lot of forethought to what the ramifications might be.
Ramifications for troops and diplomats now on alert all over the world.
And the good guys air their dirty laundry.
It could be used to incite unrest and even attacks against our service members.
But Democrats insist this information had to come out.
The report will carry the message, never again.
Former CIA chiefs are defending what happened.
The standard was what is lawful, effective, and appropriate in a time of great extremists in the United States, with 3,000 fellow citizens who've been murdered.
The report says President Bush didn't find out until 4 years after it started. Not so, the CIA says.
We briefed the National Security Advisor and the White House legal counsel in great detail.
History now wide open for the world to see and judge. Tracy Potts for Newssource Today.
Now here's an update on the ballot recount for Measure 92. Backers of Oregon's measure to require labeling of genetically modified foods have lost a court fight. Supporters of Measure 92 argued that about 4,600 ballots rejected because of signature problems should be counted. They asked the judge for a temporary restraining order to stop certification of the recount so they could argue that the signatures be accepted, but a Multnomah County judge denied that request, saying he did not find the state's rules on matching ballot signatures to be unreasonable or illegal. Measure 92 lost by a little more than 800 votes, which triggered an automatic recount. Covering the coast this morning, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission is holding 6 public comment meetings in Oregon discussing the environmental impacts associated with the Jordan Cove Energy Project and the Pacific Connector Pipeline. Newssource 16's Angelica Carrillo has more.
A community remains divided.
Please oppose the export of liquefied natural gas. Thank you.
Commenting on the 5,000-plus page document that reviews the environmental impacts associated with the proposed LNG export terminal in Coos Bay and a 232-mile-long Pacific Connector pipeline.
This EIS is incomplete, and the required analysis of the pipeline's effect on human habitation and property values is lacking.
While the majority of people voicing their opinion were against the project, asking for a more in-depth analysis of alternate pipeline routes, the crowd was inundated with Boost Southwest Oregon supporters who made a loud statement with their presence alone.
It's the biggest single investment in Oregon history. It is, controversial, but you can't overlook the huge economic impact this will have on our community.
As for Jordan Cove, a step closer to potentially crossing another permit off its list.
We're still looking at the 2016 date. That's that point in which everybody gets to cheer.
Reporting in Coos Bay, I'm Angelica Carrillo.
This morning, a helping hand from a 13-year-old from Aloha, Oregon, who got a prosthetic hand made with a 3D printer. Now he wants to make sure other kids in Oregon can get one as well. Like 1 in 1,800 babies born each year, Dawson Riverman was born without a hand. His mom had searched for years for a solution, and technology finally caught up with her. You can now make a functioning hand on a 3D printer for about $50. Now Dawson wants to raise money to buy a printer for his school to help other kids in the same situation.
Getting to help other kids so that they can do things that they can't do. I can pick up bats, I can ride my bike, I can ride my quad, I can throw balls.
I would like to see these kids through the school with these 3D printers take and modify these hands, make them less bulky, make them fit better, make them work better for the kids.
Life Christian School in Aloha actually has a 3D printer, but it's not big enough to make hands. Once they get one, the students plan to assemble the hands and get them to the kids who need them most. Right now, if you're heading outside in Eugene and Springfield, get ready for a windy, rainy afternoon. Carly shows us if there's any sunshine anytime soon in the full forecast. And coming up next, up on the housetop, click, click, click. Right now, some of Santa's most important helpers are getting ready for their busiest night of the year, and you can see them in this week's All in a Day's Drive.
Is brought to you by RW Towing. And now, First Alert Weather with Carly Gomez.
Good Wednesday morning. Well, looking ahead to today, we are expecting some heavier rain out there than yesterday evening. High wind warning and watch in effect for the coast as well as inland. We're expecting 55-mile-per-hour gusts on the coast and about 35 inland. A surf advisory for 25-foot waves. Rising rivers could be seeing as well as some coastal flooding. Now, this advisory for hazardous coast conditions, combined seas could get up to about 27 feet, the surf up to 25, the gusts of wind up to 75 miles per hour by Thursday. Now, you might want to watch out for downed trees as well as power outages. Now, right now, 56 degrees in Eugene, 54 in Albany and Corvallis, about 60 in Roseburg, Coos Bay, North Bend, 66, and Newport, about 61 degrees. Now, let's look at our satellite and radar. A lot of cloud coverage here, and we are feeling a lot warmer than we are than last week, actually, as we're feeling those temperatures really in the 60s for early morning with this cloud coverage keeping us insulated. And going to see this rain. Make sure probably as you head out the door by 8 a.m. or so on the coast, but inland after around 10 a.m. and again, those gusts of wind. Now on the coast, you are waking up to the possibility of some rain, about 59 degrees as you head to work. By lunch, low 60s the afternoon, about 62. Expecting here about 1 to 2 inches of rain in the day alone. In the evening, we could also see an additional 1 to 2 inches of rain in the gusts here up to 55 miles per hour. Now, Coos County 7-day forecast, rain through Thursday and windy Friday, expecting those showers, but Saturday, partly sunny skies there with some morning fog. Sunday, some chances of rain. Monday and Tuesday, expecting rain and showers as you head back to work. In Roseburg, expecting a cloudy start, about 49 degrees out the door. By lunch, we'll see low 50s in the afternoon, 54 with about a quarter to half inch of rain, and the gusts here up to 31 miles per hour. Now, rain through Thursday here, showers Friday and the weekend, pretty dry, partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies. Then that rain and shower trend returns by Monday and Tuesday. Now in the Cascades, rain about a quarter to half inch, 46 for the high, 29-mile-per-hour gusts there and a low of 35. Now in Albany and Corvallis, we are expecting rain by after 10 a.m., 57 by lunch. The afternoon continues with that 57 degrees, expecting about a half to 3/4 of an inch of rain and gusts here up to 29 miles per hour. Now sunrise 7:36, expecting clouds our morning as you head to work, 54 degrees, lunch low 60s, the afternoon about 57, a quarter to about a half inch of rain and gusts there up to 31 miles per hour in Eugene and Springfield. Now our 7-day forecast, rain today, windy tomorrow as well with showers tomorrow and showers Friday, but the weekend looking pretty dry and nice with some sunshine, partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies for your weekend as we're starting to see a little bit cooler temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. As you do return to work, we are seeing clouds roll back in with the chances there for some more rain and showers.
So it sounds like enjoy the weekend while it's here.
Pretty much. If you need to go get your Christmas tree, now is the time to do it for the weekend. I mean, it's going to be dry, so.
Yep, counting down the days.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, most families have by now found their Christmas tree, but there are many left. Still, many kids are now counting down the days until the holiday. In this week's All in a Day's Drive, we're heading to two places east of Eugene where it's easy to get into the holiday spirit. The fire is crackling and the holiday tunes are spinning at Pat DiBalla's shop on the Mackenzie Highway. December is the time when this holiday shop really comes alive.
People still coming in today saying they've driven by 1,000,000 times and never been in.
But those who do stop at Christmas Treasures near Blue River will find that this small shop holds an endless assortment of goods.
We have made an effort to find more American-made handicrafts in even Oregon.
Hold still. You're such a pretty boy.
Speaking of getting in the holiday spirit,
you'll be official now, huh?
Cindy Murdoch has some of Santa's helpers all primed for their busiest night.
And then this is Cupid. He's our little bull. He is the friendliest bull that you will ever meet.
Murdoch raises reindeer in the Mohawk Valley. They don't just work one night, they'll venture to nearly every corner of Oregon before the end of the month.
They always want to know, can they fly? And Santa has a rule that they can only fly on Christmas Eve. Otherwise, it would be chaos here.
Murdoch says that each one of these reindeer has its own unique and special personality, but she says when it comes to choosing a namesake, it's not her who picks the name. No, that would be the reindeer.
We just have a whole list, and they'll ignore us until there's one name, and their ears will kind of perk up and they'll look at us.
That explains the names, but even Murdoch admits there are some things about these Christmas helpers that surprise even her.
It's Vixen pacing the gate on Christmas Eve and then sleeping all Christmas Day. How do you explain that? You know, I mean, why would she even do that? We don't ask.
This reporter won't either, but they may be coming to a roof near you very soon. Just a few places that'll have you dreaming of a white Christmas, and they're all in a day's drive. You can see those reindeer up close this coming weekend. Some of them will be at Oakway Center from noon to 4 on Saturday, and a few more will be at the Oregon Garden in Silverton both Friday and Saturday from 4 to 9. Such cool animals. Yes, they are real. Next on Newssource Today, right now the Ducks are on the doorstep to a national championship, and that's very real as well. We'll show you how you can book a Rose Bowl trip now in this week's travel deal. Plus, Taylor John Williams has to go to his save song on NBC's The Voice. Now he's hoping for a comeback before next week's big finale.
In tackle.
The time is 6:19. Let's take a live look outside over I-105 at Coburg. Still remaining pretty dry out there, but we are expecting some of that rain to make its way inland by around 10 a.m. or so. A lot of cloud coverage and some warmer temperatures. Right now, 56 degrees in Eugene, 54 Albany and Corvallis, about 66 on the coast, Coos Bay, North Bend, 60 in Roseburg, and Newport sitting at 61 degrees. Now today we are expecting some heavier rain as well as some high gusts up to 55 miles per hour on the coast and inland up to 35 miles per hour. So windy and a lot of rain out there, expecting 1 to 2 inches of rain on the coast. 60 for the high in Eugene, on the coast 62, Roseburg about 54 degrees. Now today's weather works of art, this one by Damien of West Intermediate, that is out of Sutherland. This morning 49 as you head to school with some clouds, the afternoon about 54 degrees and rainy out there. So nice picture. Thank you for sending that in, Damien. If you'd like to send us your weather works of art, go ahead and send those in. Send them into weatherworksofart@kmtr.com. Well, it is Travel Deals Wednesday, and today we're talking about trips to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California. Here's Lori Quinby with me right now. Thank you for joining us today. Tell us a little bit about this trip.
Yes, we're very excited. We've had lots of fans coming in ready to head south for the big game. Yeah, we have a 3-night package. Well, actually, we have several packages, but one of our packages is a 3-night package at the Westin Bonaventure, which is in downtown Los Angeles. Fabulous hotels, very sophisticated, real urban setting. Lots of rooms, 40 restaurants and boutiques right on site at the property. So lots of fun things to do. Lots of Duck fans will be there too, so that'll be fun.
It'll be fun. Yeah. And they can get to and from the game.
Yes, the package includes the 3 nights accommodations, all the taxes, includes round trip game day transfers, also a lanyard and a souvenir ticket holder that will come with it as well.
Awesome. And optional on-site tours as well if you want to go to the Rose Parade.
Yep, if you want to go to the Rose Parade, or if you want to do anything additional, maybe you want to go down to Disneyland for the day or something like that, you can add that on.
Great. Yeah. Awesome. And so some of the pricing for that, we're seeing a single room here for $949 per person.
$949 if you're traveling by yourself, which we've booked several singles actually, so yep. And then double if you're sharing a room with a friend, $589 per person. That does save on the pricing when you're
Right.
sharing the cost of the hotel room by 2 people.
And if you do have 3 or 4 more people, you have triple and quad options.
Absolutely, that'll even make the price a little bit better.
Just a little bit better.
Yeah.
So any additional night, $135 per night, and again, the Rose Parade includes lunch, so that's a deal.
Yes, it does. And the Rose Parade, if people have not done that before, it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. It's beautiful. It's so much fun.
It really is.
Yeah.
And you were mentioning to me that you could also stay in a hotel where the team's staying.
Yes, we do also have packages at the team hotel, and that's also a 3-night package, and that's the Hyatt Regency Century City, and we'd be happy to put people there as well.
All right, and then let's talk about commercial flights, because
Yes.
some people aren't driving, they need to fly.
Yeah.
So what's going on with that?
Yeah. If you're planning to fly commercial, you want to hurry up and book that ticket. Space is booking up fast. Out of Eugene, on the target dates, if you're looking at the 30th, coming back the 2nd, Game of Course is on the 1st. Airfare is getting pretty pricey. Same thing with Portland. So the sooner the better.
Okay, and we're looking anywhere from $600 to $1,000
Yeah,
in
$600
airfare.
to $1,000. And a lot of people are already planning ahead for Dallas. So.
Yeah,
it's
I
not-
mean, you got your tickets to Dallas.
Yes, I already did. I figured, take a chance, and it's going to be great.
Thank you, Lori. And here is some information for you if you would like to book through Premier Travel, premiertraveltrav.com. There's the phone number on your screen as well as the address. You can go over there and find out what you would like to do, any accommodations, and they've got you covered. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And now, sports with Craig Loper.
Before Oregon takes on Florida State in the Rose Bowl on New Year's Day, Oregon quarterback and face of the Ducks Marcus Mariota must first take his awards tour. Mariota's record-setting 2014 is certainly the best in Oregon history and will most likely be enough to earn him the University of Oregon's first ever Heisman Trophy. Is your Wednesday morning sports. Have a great day. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you very much, Craig. Topping this morning's Hollywood Minutes. Taylor John Williams did not advance to the top 3 on NBC's The Voice, but that doesn't mean he has to pack up and go home. For the first time this season, one eliminated artist gets the opportunity to make it back into the competition. Fans chose Chris Jameson, Craig Wayne Boyd, and Matt McAndrew as the 3 finalists. In the wild card round, the remaining 9 artists from the top 12 were back, each given an opportunity to perform one more song. So it was time for Williams to pull out that save song. He picked Wicked Game by Chris Isaak.
When the show has gotten such strong singers and they leave for whatever circumstance, and we read like, how did so-and-so go home? And we're providing an opportunity for a comeback. I think that's something that is a smart thing to do in this country, because I think it's something we all can relate to. How much of us would like to have a second chance at something?
Well, Carson Daly will announce the wild card save later this morning on the Today Show. The finale is a little over a week away. We will find out the big winner on Thursday of next week. Next at 6:30 before Congress, Jonathan Gruber had to apologize for some harsh things that he said about the average American's intelligence when it comes to health care reform, and he may have actually made things worse. Also, the strike by the U of O graduate teaching fellows is forcing some changes in the finals week testing, and some students are feeling a bit skeptical.